What is up, everybody? Meriden Gaming here. We're back for another World of Tanks Tech Tree Tank Showcase and Review. Today we're taking a look at the Tier 8 German tank destroyer, the Ferdinand. This is the more brawly line of the Germans, leading up to the Jagdpanzer E100, whereas the other line that leads to the grill is more of the sniper line. It definitely looks very similar to the Jagdpanzer, with the, rear-mounted gun, large cabin, and actually some decent armor. Go ahead and take a look at the armor. So this is actually compared to one of the popular tech tree heavy tanks, and as you can see, depending on how you angle yourself, there are angles where they are going to have problems, at least with standard rounds, to go through you. But of course, once they step up to their gold rounds, yeah. Of course, this is on the most upgraded gun. If they're using their standard gun, yeah, they're still going to have a few problems going through that armor of yours, because you do have around 200 in most spots, some a little bit more, 220 or so. And with RNG, that means that there can be a few bounce shots, especially if you angle yourself when you're pulling away. Don't pull straight back, pull away at an angle. So the only spots they can really hit are this spot here, ricochet angles off the side, and more than likely an absorption, at least at same tier tanks, but higher tier, of course, will be able to go through your armor. Let's go ahead and get over the comparison. So these are the other semi-brawly PDs of this tier. We have the new VIII from the Japanese. We have the SU-101 from the Russian line towards the 268 version 4, and the AT-15 going towards the Badger. As far as damage or penetration goes, you're right on the edge. They're all pretty close. This one has a little bit less and less damage just because it has a really fast reload time. That's what that line is known about. Mainly threw it in there as an armor comparison. But otherwise, yeah, you're pretty good compared to the other ones. You will have a few problems with those higher tier 9s and tier 10s, especially the heavies. But if you place your shots well, you should still do fine. Now, the one thing that this thing does rein in is the damage. 490 alpha outshines both or all three of the others. So when you do hit, you hit hard, and when you pin, you pin hard. So reload time comparable to the other two standard brawlers, not the AT-15, of course, but yeah, 11.22, not bad at all, honestly. And a 128 caliber gun, so you're going to be able to overmatch up to, it's like 30 something, we'll say 31, or no, it's not 30, it's 40 millimeters of armor, so that's definitely handy when you want to overmatch it. And your shell velocity, not bad at 920. You will have to lead a little bit, but not nearly as bad as some of the other tanks. Ammo capacity, kind of low, so you do have to make your shots count, and you can run out. Let's go ahead and switch over to our gold round. So we have APCR, so we don't have to worry about small, soft cover blocking our shots. But we go up to 311 pin, which is actually the same as some of the higher tier, like tier 10 heavies. So definitely more than enough to deal with most same tier, next tier up, and a lot of the tier 10s, as long as you place your shots well. And then our speed goes up to, for shell velocity, 1150. So you really don't have to lead all that much with that. That can pretty much hit at range. Now, get down to the aim time, 2.21, not bad. Anything around 2 or under 2, like the AT-15, is really good. You don't really have to sit there and aim in. You do have a decently accurate gun at 0.34, because like the grill, which is considered one of the most accurate tanks, is around 0.27, so really not that far above it, especially once you start adding in stuff like vents and a brothers in arms and stuff like that. Gun depression really doesn't matter because you're a rear turreted tank, so you're going to have to get almost flat to be able to shoot things, but it does give you a little bit of leeway up and down to shoot at things, but stuff that's really far above you, you're not going to be able to shoot just because your gun elevation is not great. Speed, yeah, you're pretty slow in this thing. Only the SU-101 is very fast in this category here. You have decent speed over hard and medium terrains, but soft is really going to slow you down like the sand and muddy terrain. So you do have to watch out for that. Try to stay on the hard pack stuff. And we finally get down to armor. So 200 armor, as you can see, compared to these other brawly-ish tanks, is pretty close. The SU being the least armored out of this few, but I'm playing this thing right now, and it bounces a lot of shells, honestly. I think it's mainly because of the angles. So, you know, it's kind of on par with these other ones with the ability to bounce and absorb shells. So, definitely in the brawly category for sure. Health has the top health, so you can take at least one extra shot compared to like the SU-101, and like half a shot for the other two. And finally, we get down to camo. You're a brawler. You do not really have camo here. You can see these other ones have a little bit better camo, but still they're not as good as some of the top tier sniping ones. And our V range 370 kind of low. I usually end up throwing binocs on mine as a secondary or as an option just so I could spot for myself at the end of the game, but that's not necessarily what everyone should do. Let's go ahead and get over to what would we do to this thing. Of course, we're going to want vents because that kind of improves everything. The options I went with were the gun rammer, and I had binocs, but another very good option is either the improved aiming to get your dispersion down, or the improved rotation to get your traverse speeds for your hull and your bloom on your dispersion to be down. So kind of depends on which you prefer. Most of the time I tend to go with the improved aiming. We're also going to throw on camouflage paint, brothers in arms. Those are going to be the main ones you want. Snapshot, I know it says during turret burst, but it does matter with the gun. And then smooth ride. Those are going to be our main ones there. Eventually, I would say you probably want recon and repairs and situational awareness, but those are not critical for a decent time in this tank. And then clutch braking is also good, and off-road driving are also very handy because this definitely helps with that soft and medium terrain problems with ground resistance. All right. So what's that get us down to? Our reload time of 9.62, so that's really good. We get our aim time down to almost 2. And then dispersion, that was the other one we wanted to look at. Dispersion ends up being, where is it, 0.3. That's really good. That's right on the edge of sniper level, so you can take those longer shots if you need to. That also boosts our view range up a little bit, and our camo just a hair, but still, you're not really going to be hiding with this thing. You're going to be trying to play hull down and punishing those enemy tanks whenever they make a mistake. Alright, so let's go ahead and get over to our gameplay. We're going to be watching Strong Spartan in their Ferdinand. He's got the mail-in camo, one of the content creator camos.
Let's go.
Alright, now I have not watched this, so I don't know the exact or how it's going to play out, but I do know it's an ace tanker gameplay. Always like watching those to see, you know, how someone would play the tank. Let's go ahead and up the size of that mini-map. Alright, so he is going to the heavy line on this map. And this is one of the few, like, I normally don't like playing TDs, because I like to tend to play brawly mediums and brawly heavies. And this one, once I got the upgraded gun, I really enjoyed playing this. Having that 311 pin on those gold rounds meant that I could really deal with most anything I came up against. Where's he going to go? Is he going to go to this building here, or is he going to go over to my favorite spot, the bridge? He's going to the bridge. Yep. The fallen bridge, this offers a lot of protection, especially to try to stay hull down. WZ, not going to be able to pin him there. Ooh. Tried to snap a shot in there as the dude was backing up. Yeah, this is a really good spot. There you go. Oh, high roll. 527. The one thing you have to watch out for is ricochet. That one little spot up to the left of where the enemy was sitting, up on that little shelf, they can shoot down on you. This is really a better position for herded vehicles because you can hide a little bit better, keep your hull hidden below the bridge. Boom! Snapped it right in there. It's actually running food here. Alright, so now they're going to try to deal with this Hornvon. I guess he's trying to see if there's going to be somebody hiding around that building. That is a standard spot. Nailed that guy. And gone. This is platoon mate in the Tiger 2 there. Okay, here comes the VK-100 1P. He shouldn't have a problem pinning this guy. Put his gun around a little bit. Yeah, see how he's angled? He's trying to keep himself angled towards the VK. Oh, nice. Little glancing shot there to finish him off. 1900 damage already, and you can see already blocked 780. 2 kills. They've already mopped up all the heavies. Now moving on to the back line where the TDs are sitting. Well coordinated attack there by him and his teammates. Him and one of the others going the low road and a couple of them taking the high road to keep the enemy split. On the buildings in the back because enemies tend to sit right at the edge of that next hill. As far forward as possible because he'll be able to shoot enemies up on top. Oh, here comes the Shadow. I'll turn and BAM! Big old damage, 438. That's a low roll. There's the enemy Ferdinand. Gonna snap a shot in there. Oh, he actually spotted the Ferdinand. Interesting. Missed a shot. Oh, there's Hurry. Like the low and the Scorpion should have that guy. Light tank. He's gonna get around here to get a shot at the light tank, perhaps? Nope. Going for the Ferdinand. Oh, turning. Nope, maybe not. Brask. Not gonna be able to get a shot there. Not quite accurate enough to try to snap shots in all too often. Does work every once in a while though. See, now he's gonna has to be careful because he doesn't want to get caught in a crossfire here. He's got people on 3 sides. Get a quick shot into him, finish him off. Brask. Reload and boom. Nice. 4 kills. 2700 damage. Hurry is still not looking towards him. But he's safe there. I think that actually I think there's a hill there in the way. We should be safe. Got the CS and this object stuck between the 2 teams. Which way they run whenever. Oh, here he comes over the top to spot him, and boom. Moving a little bit too much before he fires. Noticing. There you go, nice big hit. As you can see, that CS can go through him with gold rounds. And aim in, and dead. Nicely done. 274A, just wait for him to get, distracted by the light tank, come up and boom! Yeah. Using those standard rounds instead of premium rounds. If he'd used a gold round, he would have well, Object 274 does have quite a bit of armor. There we go, nice hit. And that is going to be it. So let's go ahead and get back over to End game stats. All right, so ace tanker, spotter for hit or spotting the Ferdinand. 400 or 4,129 damage, not bad. 5 kills, 1,400 spotting on that Ferdinand. That may have been. Oh yeah, it was detected, not even tracked. Very nice. Couple block shots against the WZ-111. So, like I said, you do have the ability to bounce some shots with this thing. Anyway, that's going to be it. This is Meriden Gaming, and I will see you on the battlefield. Oh, don't forget to check me out on Twitch. I am trying to start streaming again. My work schedule kind of threw me off, but we're going to be streaming on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays starting at 7 Central. See you there.